Hello everyone, and welcome to the All Dungeons exhibition race between Grifs99 and Arikuyo. I'm Meldon Tarragon, and I'm here with Rory Rye. We're going to be commentating this exciting race, and we'll be kicking this off very shortly. Hey Rory, how are you doing?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
A little stressed out. I was not supposed to be commentating this or restreaming this, and I'm now doing both. So it's gonna be exciting.
I don't blame you, but we're gonna have a really exciting match here. These two are, I believe, about 3 seconds apart on the leaderboards, and they've both been racing to try to get to third place on that leaderboard as quickly as possible. So we'll see how this goes. And we should be getting underway pretty soon. So, Meldon, you want to give us a little background on All Dungeons as we get started here?
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, there was some technical difficulties. We had the same stream twice. And that is fixed. So, so I'll start with a description of this category. So, this category was created by myself, Hydra, and Rory because we wanted a category that shows off all of the dungeons. At the time it was created, we really only saw Ginso. And of course, since its creation, now even the escape in Ginso is not included in all skills. So the rules are, you have to enter the dungeon through the front door, you must exit through the escape, and in horror you must complete the lava lowering cutscene in each of the rooms. So it requires you to actually go to all 8 rooms and then go down to the mini-boss. And it's, other than that, kind of everything's on the board. So we're going to be seeing a lot of out of bounds and a lot of other glitches.
Yep, it's going to be quite something. We have a lot of skips in place to make those dungeons that would take a long time to run casually or even without glitches much faster. So we'll be touching on those as they come up for sure. Right now, it looks like runners are both pretty even. They're going to be heading towards wall jump, just going through the standard skill collection phase that all of the categories like this start with before they actually go and start meeting the requirements of the category itself.
Yeah, and I believe we'll be seeing an immediate divergence as Ari will be getting the 4th health cell, and I believe Griffs will not.
Grifs, I think, is going 4 HP.
Okay, so he's going to go 4 HP but not 5.
Right. Ari is going to be going 5 HP, and this is actually really relevant in all dungeons, especially because in Horu, all the damaging things are either instant kill or they do 4 damage. So in Horu, Ari is going to have that extra little bit of safety that Grifs won't actually have. But the time cost is that he has to go find an extra health cell.
Yep, and there are, of course, 2 health cells available in this route. There is one in Grotto, in what has become known as the Glide Vault, and then there's another one above the Spider Sack area that you can get on your way there to Charge Flame. So the beginning of this route is very similar to the old All Skills route, with one kind of major sequence break, which is they will be out of bouncing after dash to get to double jump. So we will not be seeing Frankie Walk. And then from double jump, they will head up to Ginso and complete the escape.
One of the remaining categories that has not been waterless-fied. Fortunately, we are actually required to complete the Ginso escape in this category. So both of them coming up on wall jump. They'll be taking the standard route to Blackroot after that. It looks like Grif's taking a few seconds lead on the way here. We'll see how that holds up in Blackroot, which is a very notorious area for just destroying runners.
Yeah, and looks like Ari will be leveling on the way out, but it's not as significant. The only important level up that is kind of closely monitored is the core skip level up. But otherwise, most of these level ups are just convenience and about getting energy back.
There are quite a few level ups routed in later in the route, just because we need energy refills and we can't get them from anywhere else.
That and ability points. We will be using a lot of ability points. We'll be going all the way up to Charge Dash, and then we'll be spending all 8 of the single ability point skill or abilities in the purple and red tree.
That's a really good point. Especially if anyone is familiar with categories like Alt-Zells, where we do all of these crazy skips that involve multiple save anywheres. Well, we want to do a lot of those, but we don't have the points. We don't have the points to really do it in this category, so we have to get the most efficient points and then take the best of the skips that are available.
Yep. And Ari has taken a slight lead coming into the BRB entrance. So both runners trading back and forth a couple of seconds. I guess another kind of noticeable difference that we'll see later is while both runners will be doing the darkness... Actually, I believe both runners will be doing the darkness cutscene skip.
I believe so.
They will not be doing the blind movement at double jump, as we can only afford to spend 2 ability points before we get to Charge Flame, and those will be on Rekindle and Regroup.
Yes, and another thing of note. Oh, 4 HP just saving Grifs there.
Yeah, and he is having a little bit of trouble with this XP skip here. That'll cost him a couple.
Just terrifying though.
Yeah, he does get a save there and a refill, so it will not affect him through the rest of this.
Just gotta make it through these pillars clean. Both the runners do that. Those pillars, I swear, sometimes they have ice physics.
Oh yeah, they. Ooh.
Oh, that is a laser.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty significant loss there. Grifs is gonna have to. Oh, and he gets sniped by that slime.
He should level up and kill that. Did he
There it is.
Ooh. He may just die and reset. So Grif's losing a little bit of time here. But it's nothing he can't make up. And especially later, we'll see Grif's going for a couple of skips that Ari won't be going for. And that has the potential to catch him up.
That's very true. Most notably, that's going to come in Forlorn, where there's a skip that Grifs will be going for, which saves over a minute. And Ari is not going to be taking that. So we'll see what happens there. Right now, he just needs to make it through this sort of run of things that will one-shot you.
Yeah, I suspect he's going to take it very safe on these lasers, and he does.
And he does make it through.
Actually gets a good cycle coming out of there.
Ari actually not going for the darkness skip, so if Grifs goes for that, he'll make up a little bit of time as well.
That's interesting. I wonder if he'll be doing blind movement at double jump. I know that some runners have had difficulties with the darkness cutscene, so where you can trade one for the other, if you're more comfortable with the double jump skip, even though it doesn't save quite as much time, we might see that.
There's also the possibility that Ari might want to go for Save Anywhere Drainless instead of Rekindle Drainless.
That's another good point. You don't have any ability points, or you have the ability points, but we can't use them because we need the skips later. It looks like Ari went for your strategy where you don't do the Rekindle glitch there to glitch out those that door.
Which, given that you don't need to come back here ever, I don't think it makes a huge difference one way or the other.
No, I think out of force of habit, I always go for the rekindle skip because I'm just so used to showing up there and doing that. But it doesn't really matter.
Alright, so Grifs is going to be picking up dash here. He'll be making his way along the exact same path as Ari has.
And if you're used to watching all skills, you might think that Ari is almost a double jump. This is a huge lead, dash for double jump, but this split for most of us is on the order of a minute, so this is definitely something that could be made up.
Yep, like we mentioned, that minute could very easily come from a single skip later on in Forlorn. And there are so many things later on in the run where there's just potential to take a massive advantage.
And it looks like Grifs gets the out of bounds. He will not get the God Cycle here.
The impossible cycle on these crushers.
Yeah.
Is technically doable, but is really, really hard.
Much more challenging than the normal cycle coming in from the bridge cutscene.
That's for sure. Ari, let's see how he does this grotto skip. First try grotto skip.
Very good.
Great stuff from Arikuyo here.
And we'll see the standard rekindle skips of all of these cutscenes, including the bridge cutscene at the top. Since we out of bounds in, of course, this category, like many other categories, we'll do a rekindle skip of that.
Because, again, we are never coming back to Grotto after this. We're only here for double jump and the water vein. And if double jump wasn't required for charge dash, we wouldn't even be here for that.
Yeah. For those who aren't aware, you do need to get double jump in order to level up charge dash. It's one of those requirements like charge flame. And at one point, a group of us tried to route that out, but someone pointed out to us that it wouldn't work. And for that, we're all very thankful.
Absolutely. First try grotto skip from Grifs as well.
And Ari gets a little bit of this blind movement. Is able to get up to that second wall.
So far, everything's been mostly clean aside from the black root from Grifs. From both of our runners, so hopefully we'll see that continue for the rest of this race. Once again, we'll see slight detours here and there to pick up extra experience or cells, because, as we mentioned, we need all the ability points that we can get in this category. There's not really anything optional.
Yeah, we get nearly every... Oh, wow.
Oh,
nice hyperspeed.
Hyperspeed. Not sure if that was intentional. Let's go with that was intentional, though.
Looks like Ari will be getting the Kuro cutscene cell early as a backup.
You know, I can respect that in a race situation because you want that extra cell just to make sure that if something goes wrong, you can fix it and choose what skip later on to give up.
Yeah. It's a slight time loss. Since we come back from the swamp teleporter on our way to Horu, we pass right over that. But it's both instinctual for a lot of runners to grab that, and it's also nice to have in Forlorn.
Yeah, I think the big benefit comes in the safety of, like, if you mess up the void save in Forlorn or something.
Yeah,
this little bit of extra insurance.
Yeah, or even the Terraclip and Misty. That saves a huge amount of time.
Oh yeah, that Terraclip saves several minutes, I think. Grifs opting not to take that cell.
Which is kind of funny because...
And, oh no. Okay. He got stuck there. I was afraid he was going to get hit by that crusher.
Looks like his boulder was not quite out far enough, but he's able to correct that. I didn't see Ari's enter Ginso time. It would have been a good way to see how close these runners are.
Arikuyo is in fact in the first of the dungeons, so this is the one that we're probably the most used to seeing if we watch all skills or other categories, because this is the one that everyone has to do to get bash. So we're going to be doing this pretty much the exact same way, except there are a couple of out-of-bounds tricks, like this one right here, where we just skip this entire shooter puzzle.
Yeah, if you've watched an all cells run or reverse event order, I'm trying to think. Actually, I guess 100% as well. Pretty much any category that allows an out of bounds will use this trick.
Griff's taking it nice and slow through this second room. Doesn't want to make any mistakes and get sent all the way back to the beginning. So we'll see them. In fact, they might actually be in a similar spot in this mini boss room, just that one room apart, depending on how quickly Grifs can get there.
Yeah, Ari having a little bit of... Ooh! Oh. Ari having a lot of trouble with the mini boss now. Looks like
Grifs
commentator curse there.
The start of this room. Oh no. Ori, please fall through. Oh, that is not what you want to see there.
And oh,
Ori makes it through.
And they are indeed now nearly tied at the mini boss.
Just about half health on this mini boss separating them right now. So anything really could switch it up.
Yep.
From here on out.
And Grifs will successfully kill it, and he gets the XP without taking damage. Oh, I say that.
I think that might have been intentional damage, actually. Because,
maybe.
So,
I don't think
remember,
that was intentional damage.
That didn't look like intentional. What a hyper speed there, too.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, I think that means he can't take damage here.
Possibly, unless he grabs that.
And the heal, yeah. Okay.
This is
some interesting use
adaptation.
Of rekindles. And of course he's
it's
now at 1 HP.
Adaptation. It seems to work.
I like it.
So what I was going to mention before all of these strange adaptations came in is that because of the way that we have to level skills in this category, we need to take regroup really, really early. So that means that if you come to Ginso with 4 HP, your ghost doors are just completely off. So all of these extra hits are trying to compensate for that.
Yeah. This is kind of similar to the corrections that have been introduced in the new all skills route. Although a lot of the, I say a lot, there's not many AD runners, but I know myself and Rory prefer to just go 3 HP because it eliminates all of those challenges, and 4 HP doesn't really give you that much of a benefit.
No, not especially once you get to the late game, which is why Ari is going to be taking that extra 5th health zone.
Yeah.
So both of them in this key dupe area.
This is the first of 2 key dupes we'll see. There's this one here so we can get through the swamp door, and then we'll see a later one in Sorrow so that we can get into Misty.
Ari actually opting not to go store and to grab an extra keystone there. I wonder if that has to do with the different Forlorn route that we'll be seeing.
Yeah, he might end up having to key dupe twice in Forlorn anyways. Because he'll need the 4 keys for that door. So
this extra keystone, I'm actually having to think about keystone math here because I'm used to using up all of our keystones. So coming out of Misty, you usually have 0. which means that this extra keystone combined with the one in Forlorn that is before that upper section would actually be 2, and that would be only a single key dupe in Forlorn, I think.
Yeah, so, but he'll still need to key dupe in Sorrow. And a successful core skip. All that XP routing has worked out. And Grifs is just a moment behind.
Hopefully this goes okay for Grifs as well. Looks like
and
it is.
He's successful as well. So, both our runners are very close as they enter the Ginso escape.
Yes, and this escape, of course, notorious for the real sort of difficulty spike in casual play. I would hope to see no real issues from either of our racers here today, but you never know. It's very easy to just miss something and have that water catch up to you.
All it takes is one missed wall jump. And I was curious to see what XP these runners were going to get. They need to get at least one extra 100, and this is kind of one of the 2 common ones you could go for, and it looks like both of them will choose to do that.
So we won't be seeing the other option there. Now,
and that should mean that they are all set for their level up at Sunstone.
Yes. So now, heading into Swamp, again, everything is still just the same as any normal speedrun. We haven't really seen too many divergences from traditional things like all skills, because we still have to get through the skill collection phase. But I will point out, this is the first of the 3 dungeons completed by both of the runners.
Yep, so 2 events down, 4 to go.
That is for sure. Really, really close between these 2 here. This lead could change any second.
Yeah, about a handful of seconds, I'll say.
It's about 1 skill tree cutscene, in fact.
Yep.
So this is where I think we'll see Arikuyo go for Save Anywhere Drainless, rather than Rekindle Drainless, which I think Grifs is going to do.
Yep. Having not done the double jump or the darkness cutscene skip, already does have 1 extra point, and we do indeed see that. He will set this up, stomp in midair, save, and that should be successful. Yep, he is through the wall.
Griff's save looks good.
He is reloading, and he will stomp as well. Both of them are now through Drainless.
Alright, next big skip is the Kuro cutscene skip. What do you think? Are we going to see it?
I'm going to be honest, I think there's some nerves going on here. I'm expecting we're going to get 2 skip squared. So...
Skip squared, I like it. I mean, I don't want to see it.
Grifs just went for an extra 100 XP.
That's interesting.
I wonder if that was a mistake. He won't have a level up at the top of Sorrow now.
That means no energy refill, and that could be really disastrous. So we are actually going to see two Kuro cutscenes here. But I think Arikuyo actually did a rekindle skip on it.
Yeah, it's 1.5 Kuro cutscene skips.
That's actually a decent bit of movement, too.
Yeah, that's some impressive blind movement. That's very well done.
Nice double bash gets Arikuyo out of this 5th energy cell.
Looks like Grifs will be doing the same.
So,
and
we are almost coming up on Valley and Charge Dash. So We almost get to have Charge Dash right at the start of Valley, but we're 1 point short.
And they are both on this cutscene at the same time. This race has become very, very close. And looks like Grifs will be doing a full SA all the way. So this will mean that he will have some extra energy.
Yes.
This could
that said,
mean... Yeah, Grifs also takes the lead here, which is nice to see. Another lead change. Hopefully not the last one.
I'm getting really worried for Grifs because I hope he realizes that he's not going to hit that level up at the top of Sunstone. Because if he doesn't realize that, we could be seeing a Sunstone cutscene.
Yeah.
That would be, I think, an absolute disaster.
But we'll see. He could grab... well, there's a couple of options for what he could do. We could see him grab some energy at the left side. We could see him grab the energy in Sorrow. So it's definitely possible to correct from this. And
these two are just neck and neck right now.
Yeah, Ari actually takes the lead because Grif's bird died.
Death. So neither of these two runners are going to go for Fast Stompless, just by the way. So you see them both come up and get this cell. Almost frame for frame right here. Grif's a little bit of trouble rekindling there. Arikuyo takes the lead again.
Yep, but they are still on the same cutscene at the same time. But but there's still a lot of race to go.
Yep, we are
Sorrow
approaching
is
the halfway point. This is where it starts to really pick up, I think.
Yeah, this run I've heard described as it's effectively all skills until charge jump, and then you just start breaking the game. At that point, just kind of all the rules go out the door, and you just do whatever you want.
Yeah, I think that that's a really fair description of it. It's all skills, plus some experience, plus some ability cells, minus a Frankie. And then, after you get charge jump, everything is just crazy. So, we'll be seeing that coming up real soon.
Yeah, so watch closely. We'll see if Grifs is able to correctly deal with this energy. So it looks like he is going over here.
Gonna take a safety save here.
So he has 4 energy going in here. So he needs to grab an extra...
First try Sorrow Bash.
Ooh! Grifs takes a death, but he's already at the top, so that's not as costly as it could be.
Grifs, we really want to see Grifs get this right here. Oh no.
Having a little trouble with this little nook in the wall that I'm sure everyone who's done Sorrow Bash absolutely detests. He will correct with some some double bashes, and he's through.
Good stuff from Grifs.
So it looks like he skipped the rocket jump there, so that means that he does have enough energy here.
Okay. Ari.
He may grab this energy as well, so that he can make a safety save here. Yeah, looks like that's
exactly
the case.
What's gonna happen?
And Ari is through Frog Juggle, has broken the roof, and is not
no
rocket jumping up. Interesting.
Ooh. Oh, that's a hard death to take.
That death nearly ties this up. Grifs is grabbing his frog, and Ari is a couple of bashes into this frog juggle. So they are only maybe 3 or 4 juggles separated right now.
Yeah, and if Grifs rocket jumps here, then that could be another lead change.
Yep.
And that will be a
Grifs is through. And he does have enough energy, so we will not be seeing... the Sunstone cutscene.
Right, good adaptation from Grifs to realize that he leveled up way too early there. But that rocket jump, just changing the lead up there. So now, after this, we're approaching charge jump, but before we get to charge jump, we have to do this other key dupe that we mentioned earlier, because later on in the run, we're going to skip most of Misty, so we want an extra 2 keystones going in order to make that possible.
Does he have...
So you'll see that.
Okay, nice. Grifs does have enough energy to make a save here. I was wondering.
That is... So...
Otherwise, he was going to have to do this key dupe from the top of Sorrow.
That would have been unfortunate. But really good adaptations from Grifs.
Yeah, very smart play. And
nice and safe on this key dupe.
If you've ever done the randomizer, you probably know, but this key dupe is incredibly lenient. The area that you can keep the keys in the door extends well beyond where those spikes are, and the spikes do a lot of damage, so it pretty much just kills you when you go right through.
So as long as you don't... Oh no,
Ooh.
He didn't go store.
He doesn't have the energy to save.
So yeah.
But he did rekindle after the key dupe, so...
Ari doing some interesting things here. Grabbing an extra keystone that we don't necessarily need. I think this might be because of that different Forlorn route.
Yeah, so there's the 2 keystones he can get easily in Forlorn, but I think he needed one. He was short 1 keystone after leaving Misty, so I think that that keystone that he just grabbed will be that keystone, so he won't have to key dupe in Forlorn. He will just grab the 2 along the route. Ooh, Grifs takes another death, leaving charge jump, and that will.
Said he got his energy back, so.
Yep, but that will give the lead
thing.
back to Ari.
This has been a really back and forth race, and honestly, I hope it continues. It's making it really interesting to watch.
Yeah, both these runners are very close in skill and time, and thinking back to that death that Grifs took, that may have been intentional. It is very useful to have a bunch of energy here coming into Misty, as if you can do this Terra Clip as a charge jump, it's much more reliable.
Yep, and especially with placing that safety save, that just limits what you have to work with going through Misty.
Yep.
And we will be needing to see an extra 2 energy remaining from the runners after this Terra Clip coming up.
Of course, there is 2 energy they can grab at this point, so I can't see Ari's energy, but Grifs at least is fine at the moment.
Yes. They'll be coming up on this Terra Clip, so this clip, we got this clip into the route pretty early when we realized that we don't actually need to go through Misty. All we need to do is get to the end of it.
Yep.
So we'll be taking this wall and going straight through it and just appearing down next to the key door. And this is why we did this key, Sorrow.
I like how both runners back this up.
Yep, I think that's a really good call in a race, because you don't want to be having to revert to a game backup save.
Yep. And while this Terra Clip is very consistent as a charge dash, it's still a very spooky Terra Clip. The normal jump air dash setup that is used for Terra Clips doesn't work quite properly with this. It places you a little too far away because you're on a slant, and the charge dash compensates for that. But I still am a little scared every time I do this one.
Oh yeah. So they're almost frame for frame here.
Oh wow.
We'll see how the slime dodge goes.
Grifs has already taken some damage. He does dodge these slimes. Looks like he will kill this slime, knowing that he's very low. That's a smart decision.
Ari also stopping to kill the slimes. Fortunately, at this point in the route, our experience routing is lenient enough that you can get away with it.
Yeah, the next
Okay.
level up is oh wow, Ari
Ari
was very high on
very
XP.
high on XP. That level up there would have been a little bit early. We want this level up to come right before the entrance to Forlorn, so that we get an energy refill.
Yep. And with that, Grifs takes the lead. We'll see how well their blind movement is, as that could very easily decide who is going to be the lead at the end of this.
Absolutely, and this is why we mentioned that you want to have extra energy, because you want to save to reset the camera if you get out of Misty.
And in fact, Grifs has a little bit of trouble with this blind movement and does fall behind by just a small amount.
See, you say that, except that then Ari got stuck on a ledge. And Grifs
yeah,
is back in the lead.
But they're just trading back and forth.
A little bit of trouble from Grifs, and it's in Ari's favor again.
Wow.
What is this race?
This is insane.
This is incredible.
Oh, Grifs does go for the ultimate swag, that meteor kick down into Forlorn.
That meteor kick is one of my favorite strats in this category. So here's that level up that Ari almost hit on the way out of Misty. And we're coming to Forlorn. So remember earlier I mentioned that Ari is not going to go for a skip in here, that Grifs is. This skip saves over a minute if you get it properly the first time. So this could potentially just send Grifs flying into the lead by a really large margin.
Ooh.
If he has a clean Forlorn.
It does take a death, but it's not very costly as the game saves right as you enter.
Forlorn, of course, you're intended to go through this by taking this orb and doing all these silly gravity puzzles that take a really long time.
Ari does get a first try skip of these crushers.
Exactly. We have charge jump, so we don't have to do any of that.
Grifs does not, but he will get the damage boost on his second try. Very well done.
So I don't expect... we won't be seeing a Terra Clip setup from Ari here. We'll just be seeing Keydor and cutscene. I don't... Oh no, Grifs. This Forlorn is your chance. Forlorn is your chance.
Alright, he's back through the crushers. We'll see, he might go for... Nope, there's no safety save here.
Please take a safety save, Grifs. Please.
He's playing it close with these. Having already
Real
taken
close.
damage, everything here is instant kill.
But this Terra Clip coming up could really just change this and completely swing it in his favor.
Yep. He will, of course, Terra Clip straight to the end, to the end of Forlorn, to the Wind Escape.
Yep. So, unless you really like cutscenes, just watch Grifs' screen now for this skip.
Ooh, he's having a little trouble with this laser, though.
Man,
He's in.
this laser is like the worst. So Ari might actually be getting to the escape first.
Yeah, the trouble that Grifs had does cost him some time, but he will catch up shortly. And then, of course, we do have the Forlorn Escape itself. We'll see how both of these runners do on that.
Well, we say he'll catch up shortly. He'll catch up shortly if he makes it past the void save.
That's true. That is the challenge of this.
This void save is notorious for killing runs in this category.
He's past the laser. Alright, this is the moment of truth.
See the screen start flashing.
He does not get it.
Oh.
Alright, well he did back it up, so he can go for this other try. Of course, at this point, you're very committed to this.
Agreed. It's really hard to back out on this strategy once you start going for it. So every second that he spends on this void save is just more of an advantage for Ari here.
Yeah.
And forgot to mention there is of course an out of bounds in this that Ari went for that has the potential to kill you if you're a little bit too far to the left.
Yeah.
So hopefully that goes well. A second try here. And Ari makes it through. So that lets us skip this whole bit of an auto-scroller and not have to go up and wait on the escape to actually open the route.
As it turns out, the wind escape is actually effectively an auto-scroller. So, being speedrunners, we don't really want to sit through all of it.
So we decide to, instead of sitting through all of it, just ignore part of it. Alright, Grifs, come on.
And he is through.
There it is.
Alright, so he is only one wind escape behind. Assuming he has all of his ability points, he will be able to save some time by skipping part of this cutscene that Ari didn't skip.
That's correct. And, of course, Horu is also looming at this point.
Yeah, there's still plenty of run to come.
Horu could very easily be the sole determining factor in the outcome of this race.
But, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if either of our runners gets a little stuck on the R1 out of bounds. That can always be finicky.
That's that, or also R3. The R3 infinite is a very real possibility.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Ari will have to pause for a moment here, but otherwise gets through successfully.
Are you actually using a fair bit of energy there?
Looks like 2 energy. That last charge dash was canceled by the cutscene, so...
True.
Looks like Grifs may have actually taken too much damage to go for this out of bounds. Looks like he does realize that. So he will play it safe, sit through the auto-scroller.
And hopefully make it through this escape in one piece.
Yeah, he's playing this very safe. He waits at that other point where you can air dash to try and skip a cycle.
And he's going to make it through. Doesn't go for the risky charge jump on that ledge. Doesn't want to take the risk of hitting spikes there. And here's that save anywhere skip that...
So this saves about 30 seconds, so this does help him catch up some time. He will be able to immediately go straight into the cat and mouse here, after Ori spent some time sitting on an invisible floor.
Yes. Alright, Ari's heading towards Horu here. Took a safety save on the Spirit Well to get back that lost energy from the cat and mouse cutscene, which I really like because you want to have at least 3 energy going into Horu.
Yep. There's a rocket jump that I think both runners will be going for. There's kind of 2 ways to climb Horu. You can do it in a single rocket jump, or there's a kind of slightly, I would say more reliable, but the single rocket jump is only possible in the first cycle when you enter Horu. So if you die at any point, it becomes impossible to do.
Yes, but it does save about 5 seconds over reloading the first room of Horu and then doing slower 2 rocket jumps. And it also saves an energy, so
yeah,
it's pretty nice to go for if you can go for it.
And
we see Ari come up on that right here. Does not choose to go for it.
Interesting. He goes and gets some extra energy. May just want this for saves later.
There's a rocket jump.
Yep. And now the Spike Cavern. As we see Grifs teleporting.
We're coming up on the first of 3 door warps. So if you're familiar with all skills, you'll know what door warp because entering a door on the first frame, the game loads will teleport you somewhere completely different. We're going to use door warps pretty generously in this category, but not at all for the purpose that they're used in all skips.
Yeah, we will be door warping in R1, and then R2, and then finally in L4.
So here's the first door warp. We can use a save anywhere here to place that save right outside the door, and hopefully this door warp goes well.
And it does.
First try. Very good stuff from Arikuyo. And that lets us skip that R1 cutscene. So Grif's entering Horu, and he will be going for this fast rocket jump, he has said, as well as a ridiculously risky double laser dash in L1 that Arikuyo is currently in.
Oh, he does not get it though. He will just die to reset these cycles so he can go for the other rocket jump here, and he does get that. He does not get the second rocket jump. Looks like his bash put him in a bad position.
So Arikuyo is going to be heading towards R1, and we'll be grabbing an extra energy cell in because we want to refill.
This Baneling is giving him some trouble.
Oh, barely makes it through the door.
Well done. Man, I hate this XP. It's such a
That XP
pain.
is the worst XP in the game.
So Arikuyo goes for a very safe strategy there, where you use the other platform, but it is possible to just get that with an air dash, and then you can catch the wall. But it is very finicky.
It's very finicky, and I hate it, but I have to do it.
Yep.
Oh, there's that 5th health paying off for Ari too.
Yeah, he takes 4 damage there.
Unfortunately, it means we'll be seeing 1 health going through most of the rest of Horu.
Yeah. He will be able to use some of this energy. He does get this skip first try. Oh, but he voids.
Oh.
That's unfortunate. This is very finicky. There's a lot of areas here where you can void out, and it'll reset you back to the start of this. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to get this rock to crush you into this region between R1 and R2, and then we're going to charge dash across the top of R2 out of bounds, and we can then come in at the top of R2 and completely skip the elemental puzzle. And
Grifs is catching up.
Grifs is coming up to this. He's making his save right now. He will go grab his 6th energy.
There's that ever important energy refill. So if Grifs gets this first try, he's back in the lead here.
Well,
or rather, back even.
Yep.
Right. Ari makes it. And there we are. We're at the end of R2. Looks like Griff's got the slow camera pan.
Yeah.
Which is really obnoxious, and I have no idea why it happens.
Oh!
Oh!
That's so unfortunate. He voids, and we'll have to go back and redo this. Looks like both runners having some difficulty with this. He does get it again. And he is
camera that time.
Going for a very slow glide down to save some energy. Looks like he has 3 energy going into this. And if you blinked, you missed the second of our 3 door warps, which is just to get out of R2. So this out of bounds we did, even though we triggered the lava cutscene, you'll notice the lava is still there. So we need to door warp on the outside of R2 so we can go back to the main door. Oh, very nice. R3's going well so far.
This is a really clean. Oh, 5th health. Paying off so much for Arikuyo in this race.
He doesn't have any energy here, so if he dies, he will be sent back to the beginning of this.
If he dies, he'll be in a lot of trouble, but with correct XP routing, we should be seeing a level up come in up here.
Yeah, just needs to make it through this. He is to the top of it.
Unless he doesn't kill the swarms, of course. You gotta kill the swarms.
Interesting. He may be... I would have expected to see that level up here as opposed to in L2, but that is another option, is to save it for L2 on the slime there.
Yes, but we do need to see that level up before the end of this run. Well, actually, Arikuyo skipped some of the skips.
Yeah, he may have an extra ability point. He may not.
He may have
need
extra
that.
ability points. I can't tell right now, and I haven't really been keeping track.
Yeah, there's too many skips. I don't have an exact count on all of these. Looks like Grifs is having a little bit of trouble with this L3 skip. So for anyone who isn't aware about R3, there's this death plane that he is able to skip this time. You're supposed to go up and around and then come down to where he was charge jumping to, but it turns out right at the very top there's a small region where you can jump through.
So far clean L2 here from Arikuyo. Still out of energy, so I wonder if we're going to see any adaptations. Fortunately, Horu does autosave for you basically all the time.
Yep. And there is some energy inside L3 and L4. So he will at least have that much for the handful of saves he needs to do.
Oh no, Grifs.
Oh, I didn't see, but I'm
He's trying to get a level up. Didn't quite have enough experience off of the first swarm, and then died at the top.
That's very unfortunate. Has to redo this auto-scroller.
Okay, so looks like Arikuyo has plenty of ability points remaining. So we should be seeing all the remaining Horu skips, which is this one here in L3, and then the L4 skip.
So we're going to see a save warp here to send him back to the main door. We'll then see him go through L4, where he will door warp to the end, and then save warp back out, before finally going to R4 to fix the lava that will be severely broken.
Yes. So unfortunately, we do not have the ability points to leave it broken. As much as I wish we did. But we're setting up for that door warp right now.
He will die to reset his save, rekindle. Very clean work from Arikuyo right now.
Door warp.
Door warp number 1 is not successful. Number 2 is not successful. And he gets it on the 3rd try. This is starting to look a little dire for Grifs.
Yes, it is.
But none of the rooms he has left are especially long, but he does still have a number of rooms that Arikuyo has already finished.
So as you can see, the lava a little bit glitched out right there.
Yeah, so it doesn't actually go down because we save warped in the middle of that cutscene. But it turns out that the lava in R4 and L4 is kind of connected. Ooh, that's not going to work.
That almost got saved by 5 HP, but not quite.
Yeah. Oh, and a slightly late bash.
I could have sworn that those things only did 4 damage, but apparently not. Apparently those shots do 5 damage.
But, and
5 HP saves it.
Yeah.
So that is all of the rooms completed for Arikuyo. Just the mini-boss and then the final Crow escape left.
Oh!
Oh!
Grifs takes a nasty death in L3 right at the end. That's very unfortunate.
That's right before a save, too.
Yeah. That room was almost done. does get it this time.
Great one cycle from Arikuyo on the mini boss. Getting the help from the guy in the wall to half his health. And that is Mount Horu almost completed, just the final escape left.
But this is our 6th and final event. So all that's left is to finish the game, and of course with clean water, this escape is a lot less scary than many all skills runners might be used to right now.
Of course, and that's in fact why we can get away with going for only 3 HP. Or 4 in Grifs' case, or 5 in Arikuyo's case. Though 5 is possible without clean water. Oh,
yes.
Dropping a cycle there. Should
And
still be fine.
Kuro will come and punish him.
Kuro says no.
Of course, you do have between 5 and 6 energy depending on how much you got previously. There is kind of an optional energy in the Ginso tree, which I didn't notice if both of our runners got.
I think they did.
Okay, so you have tons of energy for uncancelled stomps. There's no grenade jump possible, so we'll likely
seeing
we will
no
not be
fish
seeing
strats.
fish strats. Oh,
So
but we
that
will be
is-
seeing Kuro.
So that is Grifs' last chance to come back in this is fish strats.
Wow. 4 health saving
Alright.
Arikuyo.
That 5th health paid so many dividends for Arikuyo. I would honestly go so far as to say it is the reason that he took this.
Yeah.
So, GG to Arikuyo, and we'll be seeing him just hold right, and then that will be the end of that. Grifs.
Has
Just
one
one
last
more.
room here.
Let's see how this bash goes. That looks good, and doesn't quite catch it.
Looks like he will be skipping this and just doing these laser skips.
Lasers are, of course, optional in this game, so I don't see any reason why we should have to respect them at all.
And he gets cleanly through both of those, and we'll finish R4.
It's the mini boss, and no more door warps, nothing fancy, just the final escape. Already holding right with Naru.
He'll finish with a 56-30.
Nice one cycle from Grifs as well. Real good stuff on the mini boss from both of these two.
I think those better mini boss strats than I can do.
So, not really a whole lot to talk about in the final escape. We'll see if Grifs decides to go for fish strats. I hope we will see it.
Yeah, it's nice to see. It's not used in very many categories anymore. Well, actually, I guess it's still used in a number of categories.
I think there are several that still use it. I want to say All Cells probably does.
At least the All Cells No Restrictions definitely does, because they do
Yeah.
fish strats
They-
with an SA up, which is...
But though, so you can't see the fish strats,
Yeah.
which is half the point to fish strats.
Grifs is safely into the water.
And we will be seeing fish strats.
Well, Oh, he saves his...
Oh, he saves his fish.
And then he loses it again.
And Kuro.
But he will make it over safely.
Nice charge dash gets him over there before Kuro.
Oh, are the
Yeah.
rocks going to be nice? They
The
will.
rocks are going to be nice. Just
And,
holding right. Should be coming in with about a 59-20. So, all things considered, finishing within about 3 minutes of each other is really, really impressive for these two.
Yeah, this is it's a long category, and the end is just filled with trick after trick after trick. and as you can see, just small mess ups on any one of those can cost you minutes. Whether it's the Void Save in Forlorn or the R1 Out of Bounds, they can be very unforgiving, and kind of once you get it in your mind that you can't do that skip, you can just keep messing it up. So, GG to both our runners. Very impressive performance out of both of them.
Absolutely. So, hopefully we'll be seeing both of these two continue improving, moving up on those leaderboards. I think they're both vying for third right now with you, Meldon.
Yeah. But maybe the next race will have to be between me and one of them to redeem myself as the third place runner.
Perhaps. So that is all dungeons, and it is quite a category. A lot of really cool tech, but a lot of potential to just throw everything away. It's a brutal. The end of it is just brutal. So.
But a lot of fun. If anyone's interested in running it, all of us, the 5 runners in this category, are more than willing to answer questions. I know you have a tutorial, I believe, and
yes,
we have some other resources.
I may need to see about updating some of that tutorial.
But
make sure that everything is accurate.
Yeah, this route has gone through numerous changes since its initial creation, which is not surprising of a new route.
Mm-hmm. And especially now that a lot of the sort of common knowledge tricks are not as applicable, since all of the all skills rerouting.
Yes. The Ginso escape is actually something novel in this category as opposed to just the everyday way of life.
Any new runners coming in won't have learned how to do the Ginso escape as consistently as any of the older runners will. So, but with that, I think that is all that we have planned for today. So
thanks for watching. There'll most likely be more Ori in the future. So if you like Ori, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Please join the Discord, and we'll let you know when there is more. And of course, it's not all dungeons, but GDQ coming up in this January will have a 4-way all skills race. So hopefully everyone is incredibly excited for that.
I know I'm excited for that. That's going to be so much fun. So, if anyone wasn't already planning to watch that, watch it.
Definitely. So, with that, good night, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world, and thanks for watching.